All right, this activity is going to have you watch a little bit of the video and follow along on your worksheet. Then you're going to try a couple on your own, check those answers, then go on to the next part. So you're going to kind of be stopping and starting throughout this. But you're going to find that a lot of this goes right in line with what we've been working on with sales tax and discount. So today we're going to work on something called markup and markdown. So to begin with, depending on which one we're going to use, there are two different equations or two different methods we can use. So if it's a markup, we're going to take the percent of the markup times the cost, kind of like we did with sales tax. If it's a markdown, we're going to take the markdown percent times the original price. The whole key is going to be whether we're adding it to the price or subtracting it from it at the very end. So for this first part, it says Andy bought a tablet computer whose original price was $149. It was marked down 35%. So for this one, we're going to want to use this equation. And it says which percent equation do we want? Well, we want markdown is equal to the percent times the original price. So think of this as kind of like a discount. We're lowering the price, or we're marking it down so it's less expensive than it was. So in this problem, the original price was $149. The percent of the markdown is 35%, but we want to write the percent as a decimal. So remember, we just slide it over 2 spots and we get 0.35. Then we're going to use our equation to find the amount. So we're going to put in our percent, 0.35, times our price, $149. Type that into our calculator. So 0.35 times 149 gives me $52.15. Since it's a markdown, we're going to subtract. So we take the original price, $149, minus the $52.15, and we get a price of $96.85. That's going to be the sale price of our item. So this one kind of worked you through step by step by step. Okay, a lot of this, once you get the hang of it, what we really want to see is this work down here. Okay, after you've done this calculation here. So these two steps are the ones we really want to see, but this kind of helps you kind of see step by step how to work your way through that process. So there are 3 problems right below this on your worksheet. I want you to pause the video. I want you to do these 3 problems for yourself. And then you're going to go up on the front cabinet and check your answers with the answer key that's up there. Make sure you show all the work. Make sure you have the right answer and is rounded to the right place value. Okay. Once you're done, come back to the video, hit play again, and then you're going to go on to the back of the page. All right, so hopefully you're ready for the next part. So this time, instead of a mark down, we're going to be marking up the price. So we want to use this one. We're going to take the percent times our cost to figure out how much of a markup. So this is how a business makes money, or how somebody makes money. They buy something at one price. They either improve it or they put it in their store. They mark up the price, and that's how they make their income. So that's how Target makes their money, is they buy it at a lower price and then mark it up and provide it for you. You pay them that higher price. They get to keep the difference in the price they sold it to versus the price where they purchase it from the wholesaler. So in this case, we're looking at 75%. So we want to change that to a decimal. We know our equation, the markup is equal to the percent times the cost. So I'm going to do 0.75 times my cost of $8. So 0.75 times 8 is a markup of $6. So I want to add the amount of the markup to the cost. So my cost was 8. I'm going to mark it up $6, and I'm going to sell it for a total of $14. All right, so use that as a model for you to try the next 3 problems for yourself. Okay, pause the video, try them for yourself, then go check your answers. This is going to be up on that side whiteboard over by the homework board. Okay, check your answers. Once you're confident in those and you've got those correct, come back, hit play, and we'll go on to the very last part. All right, now to the last part. So in the first two, we knew the price, we knew the percent that it was either going up or that it was going down, and then we had to figure out what the new price was going to be, what the final price was going to be. This time, we're going to know the two prices, the before and after. We have to figure out the rest. So on this one, it says Julie buys a sweater for $30. She sells it at her store for $80. What's the percent markup of the sweater? So here are the two main steps we have to use. First, we have to figure out how much was the markup. So we take the sale price minus the cost. So she sold it for $80. She bought it for $30. So she marked it up $50. Okay. To find my percent, I'm going to use my percent proportion. So 50 is my part. 30 is my total. That's how much she actually paid for the item. So $30 was 100% of the price she paid. She marked it up 50. We want to know what percent is that going to be. And this is where you got to be close attention to make sure we get the right numbers in the right spots. Okay. So 30 was her total price, what she actually paid for it. That's her 100%. Obviously, she's charging more than 100%, and that's what we want to figure out. So we solve our proportion. 500 or 50 times 1,000 is 5,000. 30 times x is 30x. Remember, we always divide by whatever got multiplied times our variable. And I get 5,000 divided by 30. And I get 166.6, or we could round it up to 166.7%. That's her markup on this particular item. So she marked it up 166.7%. Okay. All right. So if you feel ready for it, go ahead and tackle these three, and you're going to check it on the back whiteboard. Just because this one's a little bit more complicated, if you'd like to see me do one more of them, I'll do one more with you, and then you can pause it and you can go try the last two for yourself. So remember, the first thing we have to do is figure out, okay, how much did they mark up the price? Okay. So in this case, the problems come right out and tell you the markup. We didn't have to figure it out. And they tell me my original price. So the cost is my total. The markup is my part. So they kind of did that subtraction step for us already to figure out the amount of the markup. So my part is 4. My whole is 20. And I want to find my percent. So I do my cross products. I get 20x is equal to 400. Divide by 20. 400 divided by 20 is 20%. So they marked up the price by 20% when they raised it that additional $4. All right, go finish those other two. Check your answers with the answer key. If you are done early today, then I want you to head to page 177 in your book, and I want you to work on problems number 7 through 12.